Hey everybody, Thomas Joseph here today, and I am super excited to share with you one of my favorite things, and that is French fries. And today I'm gonna show you the trick in making French fries at home. Actually, the real trick here is in frying them twice. Now, the kitchen conundrum, I would say, is that most people, when they try to make them at home, they end up with something like this, an insipid French fry in color and also kind of limp in texture. Nobody wants a limp French fry here. I'm gonna show you the perfect way to make perfectly crisp on the outside but tender on the inside French fries. It's all in the right potato for the job. I have a russet potato here, and a russet potato is great because it's high in starch and it's low in moisture. Those are the two good qualities that you need for making French fries. A Yukon Gold or new potatoes, they're low in starch and high in moisture, and you want to avoid that. Moisture and oil, they don't really work together. All we need to do is peel the potato first. Now, you can certainly skip this step if you like that rustic look. I'm gonna be cutting my French fries into a 4-inch length. You could certainly keep the ends of the potatoes on. You'll just have kind of an inconsistent shape, and that will alter the cooking time. So make sure that you square off your potato. Now, cut these into about 1/3 of an inch planks. These are thicker cut French fries. Now you could certainly do a thinner cut French fry, but what that will yield you in the end is a French fry that's kind of crisp throughout. I like the crisp outside with more of a creamy interior. Take your planks now and cut these into 1/3 of an inch pieces. So they're thick cut. I would say they're a little smaller than steak fries here, but now into a bowl of water. And you might think that this is an odd step here, but what it does is it rinses off all of the extra starch that is on the outside of the potato, so that when you do fry these, they don't get too dark and burnt on the outside before the inside is cooked. So this step really helps to give you that wonderful color and also a crisp texture to your French fries. So this needs to sit in your refrigerator for about 4 hours or up to overnight. So you could do this a day in advance. So I have a batch of French fries that have been soaking overnight here, and you can see all of the starch has come out of the French fries. And now spread these out onto a sheet tray, or you could use a plate here, lined with a towel. You need to dry them thoroughly, because any excess moisture is going to pop up when you fry these. So as I dry these, heat your oil, and I'm using a neutral oil like a safflower oil. You could use a canola oil, anything that will go to a high heat, to 300 degrees. And 300 degrees is the blanching temperature, or the first cook for the French fries. We're going to cook them until they're tender at a lower temperature, and then we're going to increase the temperature to give that crisp exterior. My French fries are nice and dry, and I'm going to drop these into the oil in stages. You don't want to do all of the fries at once, because what that is going to do is it's going to bring the temperature of your oil down to a very low temperature. We want to keep it in between 280 degrees and 300 degrees. We're all set here, and be very careful here. Gently drop your potatoes into the oil. And whenever you're frying, whenever you're deep frying like this, make sure that your pot isn't filled over halfway, because what happens whenever you add your ingredient, whether that's French fries like I'm making today, if you were doing fried chicken, what happens is the food that you put in displaces the oil, so it rises the level of the oil up, and also the bubbles can easily overflow if your pot is filled with too much oil. So give the fries a little bit of a gentle stir here, and this will ensure that they do not stick together. And these are going to cook at 300 degrees for about 3 to 4 minutes. And at 3 minutes, fish one of the fries out, break it in half, and see if it's almost completely cooked in the center. If it is, we know that that's perfect, and we're gonna remove them to a wire rack. So it's been about 3 minutes here. I'm just gonna fish one of the fries out to see if it is in fact time to remove them from the blanch. A knife cuts easily through, so these are ready to go. Fish them out and use one of these large spiders, they're called, these Asian style strainers. They really help to lift out French fries, fried chicken, anything that you're frying in one piece, because they have that wide net So onto a wire rack over a sheet tray here, and I like to use wire racks as opposed to a paper towel lined tray because I find that whenever you place something directly on paper towels, they start to steam. French fries, fried chicken, the bottom side starts to steam. It doesn't allow the air to kind of circulate around and drain and dry in a nice fashion. So these are ready to go. I'm gonna repeat the process with the rest of my French fries, and then we're gonna be ready for the second fry. My oil temperature is up to 350 degrees, and now we're ready for the second fry. And that gives that wonderful color and that crisp golden crunch on the outside of the French fry. You can blanch them in advance up to 4 hours before this final fry. Use your fingers here because if you use tongs, you're going to break your French fries into smaller pieces since they are almost completely cooked. You want to be gentle with them. So just give the fries a little bit of a stir. It's the same thing here. You want to agitate the fries just a little bit so that they don't stick together. And now these will fry for about 4 to 5 minutes until they're a nice golden brown color and the outside is crisp. So it's been about 5 minutes. The fries are nice and golden brown, and again, transfer them to a wire rack to drain and cool slightly. But while they are hot, you wanna make sure that you sprinkle them with some fine sea salt. Now you could use regular kosher salt here too. I just like the flavor of sea salt. But there you have it. I mean, French fries at home, super simple. All you need to know is this 2-step frying technique, and you'll be making French fries at home all summer long. Enjoy.